Lonzo, what excites you just most about the opportunity that you have at this point in your career in Cleveland?
Really just to have the chance to win. I mean, obviously we know how good the Cavs are, how good they've been in the past, and I think that this year we have a great chance to go for it all, and that's really all I'm focused on.
When you think about how these past few years have helped kind of shape your journey and where you're at, the things that you've been through, sitting here with this opportunity, how has that helped shape you, and how are you taking hold of this next year?
Just a huge blessing, just to be able to play at all, and then let alone for this organization. I couldn't ask for nothing better than this. I think it's a great situation for my play style, and I'm just looking forward to just getting out there and competing with the guys.
After 2 years off, Lonzo, what was most encouraging about the way that you were able to play last year in Chicago?
I would say the way just my knee held up, after the games. I didn't really know what to expect, but, when I first got back versus Minnesota in that preseason game, I was kind of surprised how good I was moving around, and then I felt like it just got better as the year went on. Unfortunately, I had to deal with my wrist, but as far as my knee was concerned, it was pretty good.
You mentioned this team fitting your play style. In what ways specifically?
I just think that, Don is obviously, one of the best players we have in the league, and then they have two bigs that are mobile that can, set pick and rolls and get to the rim like that. And then I feel like we can do some switching on defense. So I think we can, do a lot of different things on both sides of the ball, and I think to have the option to be able to do those things is great.
What was the process like for you coming back from the knee injury last year, of trusting your body to hold up the way that it did?
It was long. I mean, the rehab process was super long as well. So just, each week was something different pretty much. But just building the confidence and, being on the same page with everyone as far as the coaching staff and the trainers over there at the time. So it was a collective unit. It wasn't just me. So I was grateful for the people that were around me that helped me, get to this position where I can, still play.
What have your conversations been like since the trade with folks from the Cavs organization, like Kenny, like Donovan, Darius, people like that?
Well, I haven't really got to. This is my first day here, so I haven't really got to meet too many people. But people I have been around has been, super positive, been good energy, good vibes. Did some testing today. Been in doctor's office for quite a bit today, so got all that stuff out the way now. I'm just happy to, meet the guys and play with everybody.
What makes you confident that your knee and wrist and every injury that you've dealt with is going to be able to hold up through this next season?
Just to continue just to trust in the work. I mean, it's been working for me this far, so just try to stay on the right path and just listen to the people that are around me that know more than me and take it from there.
You've gone on social media talking about how hungry and happy you are to be able to play back this game that you love. How important is that for you to just be able to have fun and play the game again?
I mean, basketball is my life. I've been playing since I was 6 years old, so about 20 years in now. So it's really all I know. So I'm just thankful and like I said, blessed to be able to just be here playing for anybody, let alone the Cavs.
Having seen this organization from the outside, what were your impressions of it? And now that you're in and a part of this and former championship organization and all that, like, what does that make you feel like?
I feel great. I mean, as a kid, I won't say if I was a Cavs fan, but I was a LeBron fan, so naturally I was a Cavs fan. So, it's kind of cool, like a full circle moment to be able to, come here and play for them and just try to get a ring for them.
And you just got here, but what are you maybe looking forward to most as you start to get acclimated with some of the guys, with your coaches, and with the city?
I just love to play basketball, so I just really want to get into the arena and just put a show on for the fans and, win as many games as possible, and hopefully the year's long.
With this new team, new opportunity, what do you want your off-season to look like? What is that going to look like for you?
Just continue to build my strength and just, prepare myself for a long season and just take it from there.
How big a missing piece is the playoff experience for you?
I mean, basketball is all about winning to me, so you can't win without getting to the playoffs. So, been on a couple teams that's been to the playoffs. Obviously I couldn't, get out there and run with the guys, but like I said, hopefully this year, I have high hopes and, the sky's the limit.
And listening to you on your podcast, you made a comment about not knowing if you'd play again.
Yeah.
How much appreciation and just gratitude did you gain through that process?
Well, like I said, I always loved the game. Like, I never took it for granted, so the love for the game never left. It was just more so like just not knowing the unknown. Like I said, I've been playing basketball my whole life, so for that to get taken away and, not really know what I wanted to do with myself, it was kind of hard to get through, but I feel like I came out a better person for it, and I'm excited just to be able to play today.
Given how much of your career twists and turns have been out of your control, trade, injury, that sort of, how do you evaluate how successful you've been?
Well, it's part of the life. I mean, at the end of the day, I am playing basketball for a living, and I don't think it gets no better than that, not for me at least. So, I'm just very grateful for the opportunity and the position I'm in today, and I just don't take any day for granted. And I just try to stay level-headed and take it day by day.
Given you've been around a playoff environment, never really got to experience it, what have you imagined what that could be like with this team?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, like I said, I just try to take it game by game, just do the things I can do on the court to help the team win, and just take it from there.
Lonzo, you mentioned the success that this organization has had and coming in as a part of that. When that's the case, how do you approach that, trying to blend into what's already established?
I mean, I play basketball the same way no matter, what team I'm on. I'm going to go out there, defend, push the pace, shoot the shots that are open and live with the results. So I don't really focus on doing anything different than that.
The defend thing, has that always been a thing for you? Because, I mean, your numbers defensively have been as good as they get in the NBA.
Yeah, I know when I was younger, we played kind of a reckless style of basketball, so it didn't look like we was playing much defense, but I was out there playing a lot of defense. So my whole life I've been, guarding.
Knowing that this is one of the first summers that you've had fully healthy, how do you think you've been able to improve your game in the off time that you've had?
It's really been more so my body, more than my game, honestly. I'm just making sure I'm prepared to be as available as possible and put myself in the best position, to finish the season strong. So more so right now, especially, June, July, it's not really about basketball for me at this moment. It's more so just in the weight room, making sure my lower body's good and stuff like that.
What were your impressions of this Cavs team, just being on the other side, and now that you get to be a part of that, how you can add to the talent that's already here?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, they were number one in the East. Everybody knows that. Obviously, last year, injuries kind of, messed them up towards the end. So, it's just some things you just can't, predict, and it was unfortunate timing for them. But hopefully this year can be better.
Just actually
The last
breaking off
question.
of that, having the opportunity to play for a team that was number one in the East last year, and to be like at that championship expectation level, just how do you handle that personally, internally?
Like I said, just take it one game at a time. Try to go 1-0 every time we step out there and live with the results. And I think we should all, be focused on getting to a ring. But we all know that, June's a long time, when you start in September, October. So can't look too far ahead. But like you said, they were one in the East last year, so everybody knows that, it's pretty much ring or nothing.